as they call it, is finally here. After 3 months of hockey playing and participation, it all comes down to this. Over 50 Cup 29 here at the Ice Sports Forum's North Rink in Brandon, Florida, as it's the Blue Bombers taking on the Gray Wolves. Hi everybody, Angelo Pontello bringing you this broadcast action, and a special privilege with me, Todd Duncan here with us as well. Todd, thank you for coming aboard, and we're glad to have you.
Thanks for having me, Angelo. Thank you, I appreciate it.
So as we look at these two teams, Todd, the biggest offensive duo threats for both sides, first for the Blue Bombers, is Tom LaFreri and Mike Rossi, two guys that know how to move the puck well.
Yeah, Rossi is, since the beginning of last season, he was out a little while, faster and faster and faster, and you see it every game. He's become very difficult to stop. I mean, he's got down with him. It's a tough duo to handle.
And then you look on the other side as well for the Gray Wolves. You got Lou DeMeza and Ken Buda. Ken Buda, arguably one of the best finishers thus far in the fall 2019 season. It's going to be tough to stop those two today on the line.
Yeah, the dude, Ken Buda. I skate with Ken a lot. He's a huge presence in front of that net. He has hands that are just like magic. It's easy to get him the puck. He has such a big reach. Lou's very good at setting up that pass and getting it to Ken in the front, and Ken can finish every time.
And as we kind of shift gears a little bit here, Todd, where we look at the offensive side, we look at the goaltending in terms of keys to the game here. And one key for them today is going to be the play of Mario Archikovic, who has been a rising goalie ever since returning to the over 50 Hockey League. Archikovic has only given up 28 goals this season, under 2.5 goals given up a game, Todd. And it's going to be a lot for this young man to step up and take charge of this high-powered Gray Wolf offense.
He's got that ability. He can be a game changer. When he's on his game like that, it's hard to get anything past him. And he's come a long way since he was out. He's back in, he gets hotter every game just like Rusty did. He's hard to score on when he's out.
And then last but certainly not least, Todd, with some of the names we haven't mentioned yet from both sides, who do you expect first for the Blue Bombers to step up here in this game today?
You know who does it quite often is the shock is Bucky. Tom Buchholz can come up, he can set up plays and score goals. Nobody keeps an eye on him. He is a threat from the corner of the net, and he's also a very good setup man.
And from the Gray Wolves side, lots to pick from between Paul Delano, Ken Buda, like we're talking about. But if there's one player that marks on your list from what you've seen so far, who is going to be somebody that will need to step up in over 50 Cup 29?
That's Paul Boom Boom Delano. Paul can change a game on his own. And if he gets rolling, he can make the difference in the game by himself.
Well, that's going to do it here on our pregame report. When we come back, you will hear Todd and my voice for over 50 Cup 29. You don't want to miss it here on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Creighton, our head official, if you will, with Stephen Gorman in the box. Over 50 Cup 29 underway here at the Ice Sports Forum. So puck moved quickly on the near side. Paul Delano now back over to Chiquetto as it's flipped up high by Vic back in the neutral zone. Angelo Pontello in business for the Blue Bombers after suffering a hamstring injury last week. Was on the injury report, but he is on the ice for over 50 Cup 29. And Todd, in big games come big drastic measures.
Yeah, we weren't sure we were going to see Angelo or not, but again, he's one of those stars of this league, and there's no way he's missing this.
Pettit working quickly with Buchholz on the near side. Blue Bombers on the attack early in this game. Falbo struggling to contain the puck, and Delano gets it cleared out in the neutral zone. DeMeza picking up the puck far side, looking for quick options for the Gray Wolves, as the Gray Wolves riding a 4-game winning streak heading into Stanley Keg 29. As this pass comes off the boards, this one's going to come back for an icing call as both teams quickly change their lines. Both of these teams splitting a game apiece in the regular season series back in Week 5 as the Gray Wolves took it to the Blue Bombers by a scoreline of 4-2. And then in Week 10, just 5 weeks ago, these Blue Bombers came to even the score with a 3-2 shootout victory over this high-powered Gray Wolf offense. And now these two teams, only fitting that they meet in the biggest game of over 50 hockey. Quicko. Back is to Finley, gets it dumped back in the Blue Bomber end. On motion as it's Sincado who meets the puck in the end. Gets it around over the ref's head, and this comes back over to Pompos. Pompos finds Lafriri. Lafriri on the move. It's 3-on-2 for the Blue Bombers. Flips it back to Pompos. Shot fired off to the right. And so play will halt with 10:25 in the opening period. So face-off will take place by the blue line. Michael Rossi and John Castigliola will take the face-off as this one bounces back over to Chirico in the neutral zone. Chirico looking for options. This is Sincata. Sincata back to Chirico. As it gets into the Grey Wolf zone, Quicko meets the puck. Chiquetto is back to Sincata. Sincata looking for options on the defensive side. Chirico gets it back in the Blue Bomber end. And it seems like so far, Todd, the Blue Bombers have been pacing themselves as Rossi on the move for his first chance, looking for the shot. Chance, and it's stopped by Gardner. Gardner flipped back over to Lafriri, and this one gets knocked away. Finley takes over. But Todd, another big reason why Michael Rossi continues to rise is the way he spurts out there like a little June bug and gets to the puck and gets those breakaway chances.
That's it. Gray's going to have to be very aware of that. Mike can fly, and if you give him a stride, he's going to be gone with the puck.
Michael Rossi finishing the fall 2019 season with 11 goals and 8 assists. Quite a breakout season from fall of 2019 after being with the Black Aces the previous season beforehand. And is sometimes, Todd, playing with the right players can just give you the maximum potential you need.
It makes all the difference in the world. If you got a finisher like Rossi, you got to have a setup guy to get in the puck, and you have to have a grinder to get it off the boards. And obviously the Blue Bombers have done that this season.
This is the Tom Buchholz far side in the neutral zone, gets around Phil Field. Buchholz into the Grey Wolf zone, meets Levesque as this puck gets passed around to Brian Vick. Levesque looking for options as it gets to Pettit. Pettit knocked away by Phil Field. Coming back around is Vick for the clearance and gets it successfully. Blue Bombers regrouping in the neutral zone. No score with 8:53 in the opening period. Blue Bombers trying to win their first ever over 50 cup. Grey Wolves trying to add another over 50 cup to their storied history book as Delano on the chance fires the shot just to the right side.
Yeah, that's what Paul gives you. Paul will get that puck, and he's a threat every time he touches the puck also. His defense is fantastic, but he has a cannon of a shot, and he's very accurate.
Delano looking for the pass just out of the reach of Vick as it gets regrouped by Chirico. And so play will halt at the moment with 8:22 to go in the opening period. So both teams now will make a lineup change. Grey Wolves, who started the season 1-2-1 with not necessarily a full bench, if you will, Todd, but the way they fight through, there's really no team out there, Todd, that can dominate the Grey Wolves. It's just a matter of what they can do every Sunday.
Yeah, they started gelling more and more as the season went on. That's what this league is about. When you start gelling, you get the right guys in the right lines together, that's what makes a powerhouse of a team, and that's what Gray has done.
And so we just got word Doug Shepard in the penalty box. So a Grey Wolf power play on our hands with 8:20 in the first period. Grey Wolves with a big opportunity upcoming. Quicko gets it back in the Blue Bomber zone as it's out to Delano. Pompos gets it knocked back and is coming all the way back to Walker in his own zone. Finley is back over to Chirico. This is intercepted by Lightning Lou. Lou DeMeza with a big chance here as he gets the pass fired, intended for Delano, and this one's going to come out of the zone. Not very often, Todd, do we see these Grey Wolves break down in the attacking zone for a team that loves to add a lot of offensive pressure.
That blue team's going to make it hard on them. I'm telling you, the Bombers are very good at putting pressure on the puck and disrupting the play. I don't think they're going to get a lot of clean passes across.
Quicko winds up for the shot, misses right side. Rebound chance for the Grey Wolves, but it's stopped by Arsakovic.
Yeah, Mario has a very, very good eye for that puck. Coming off the boards and going behind the net, he knows where it's at. He'll be there.
An opportunity for both teams to add some fresh legs out on the ice as the faceoff will take place deep in the Blue Bomber zone. It's Delano and Rossi at the faceoff.
This is interesting. I don't remember Paul Boom Boom being at center when it started. Little John was there, but they got him at center for the draw. He went right at the net, and John followed it in.
Castigliola adding some early on pressure to Pontello. Pontello gets it around to Pettit, just out of his reach, and comes back to Demeza, misfires the shot, and it's Rossi who gets the clearance away. And just like we were mentioning, Todd, key thing for the Gray Wolves is the puck control, and right now, it seems like they're struggling to get it on the stick.
Yes, like I said, Blue pressures the puck really well. They don't give you much time with the puck. They're killing this penalty wonderfully.
Gray Wolves regroup with Paul Delano at the helm. Will take his strides, looking for options, gets around Rossi. Here comes the Buffalo native into the Blue Bomber zone, fired shot on net out of the reach of Arsakovic. Castigliola's pass nowhere to be found as Rossi gets it away from Phil Field's possession. Here comes Pettit with the puck. Only Levesque back for the Gray Wolves. Pettit working for options, takes a shot on net. We are back to even strength here in over 50 Cup 29. Demeza can't field up the pass as it gets off the boards. This is to Shepard. Shepard with a little pressure from Phil Field as the puck comes back in the Gray Wolf zone. Delano trying to get to it first. Delano biding some time, finds Demeza far side. Buckholz showing up some pressure with the deflection as it gets back to Chirico. Chirico finds Sincata on the near side, looking for his man in Spizix. Got him into the Gray Wolf zone. Shot taken just before Finley got a handle on that one as it comes back to Chirico for the Blue Bombers. Tipped away by Finley sharply. Sincata trying to get to the puck, and it comes back to Castigliola. Back in the Blue Bombers zone again as it's Sincata looking for options, and it goes out of the reach of Shepard. Quicko back with the puck. 5:21 in the opening period. No score here in over 50 Cup 29 as this puck slides into the Blue Bombers zone, coming back to Chirico. Intercepted by Chiquetto. Watch out. A shot chance. Finley with an open opportunity. Hits off the left post and taken away by Sincata. Quicko knocks it back in the Blue Bomber zone. It's coming back to Sincata. Sincata buying some time off the skate of Spizik. This is Finley taken up by Delano. Delano on the move. Two defenders back for the Blue Bombers. Shot fired, and it's Arsakovic again coming up with the stop.
That's it. I'm telling you, the Bombers need to be aware of Boom Boom getting a hold of that puck and going in there. He will put it on that, he will crash on that, and he'll put it in. Don't give him much room.
Delano already having a remarkable season, finishing fall 2019 with 8 goals and 7 assists on the season with 15 total points if you add up the math correctly. But it seems like stats don't do Delano justice here, Todd.
No, his real game, to be honest, is defense. He's an incredible defenseman and just has to be very gifted offensively. I see they have him up there this game. They're looking for those goals. They want to outscore him simply.
Walker
just like that,
looking for a feed-up pass off the stick of Delano. Arsakovic trying to get it away from possession, and he does. Rossi just out of his reach via pass from Lafreri, and it's taken back by Walker as he finds Quicko in the neutral zone. Quicko takes this one up far side. Back in the Blue Bomber zone are the Gray Wolves. This one back in the Blue Bomber end. Pettit looking for options to get this one cleared out, looking for Lafreri. Pressure given up by Vic. Off into the Blue Bomber end. Demeza reaches the puck. Quicko right by the crease looking to add the pressure in. Quicko can't locate the puck and comes back to Delano. Shot fired into Papos. Comes back out of the reach of Levesque. Puck sitting there. Rossi skating out. Big opportunity for the Blue Bombers. Rossi near side shot knocked away by Gardner. Rebound chance by Papos, and it's knocked off to the far side.
There you go. That's Rusty speed coming up the ice. He gets that little stride, he's gonna go. You've gotta be aware when he's on the ice because he will get behind you and go.
Already with the shots on net for the Blue Bombers, Todd, it seems like they're still going at the feet of Bob Gardner. And the key for him, it looks like, is you got to look for those corners and sides.
You do. Bob's really quick. You've got to snipe the post. If you're going to get one by Bob, it's either a melee in front or a heck of a shot from an angle that sneaks inside the post.
Gardner coming into today's game, giving up an average of 3.66 goals a game, has shown wonders here late in this season as he's been stepping it up for this Grey Wolves squad.
I was fortunate enough a few seasons back to have Bob as my goalie and win a cup with him. He's absolutely got the ability to back a winning team.
So as Arsakovich makes the stop, face-off again will take place deep in the Blue Bomber zone. As Shariko trying to get this one cleared away, Spizik looking to step up, looking to get around field, can't locate the puck. In the process, loses it as Shariko dumps it back in the Grey Wolf end. 2:53 in the opening period as Levesque knocks down Shepard, and it's going to result in a penalty upcoming.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We all want to be safe out there. You don't want to hit anybody from behind. I don't think that was much of a hit. I think that's more of a guy losing his balance with a guy right behind him. But can't question the refs. It's a tough job.
Grey Wolves, the most penalized team in the fall 2019 season, finishing the regular season at 54 minutes. And then last week against the Green Hornets had 3 crucial penalties that gave the Green Hornets every opportunity off the power play to try to tie it up and possibly win it. But if we look at this, and as we look at this Grey Wolf team, Todd, one key thing that you got to watch out for, as physical as they are, this team needs more bark and less of that bite.
Yeah, they do want to stay out of the box because the blue team will make you pay. You got guys like Rusty up there. He's going to go. You don't want to be short-handed against this blue team. So you're right. They do not want to spend much time in the box this game.
Pontello jabs it out in the possession of LaFleury. Comes back to Rossi near side. Only Phil Field back for the Grey Wolves. Rossi winds up for the shot, just off to the left post.
That's it. That's where you got to shoot on Bob to get him and sneak it past those tough angles on the post. Rossi just missed that.
Sincata regrouping for the Blue Bombers off the skate of LaFleury, and here come the Blue Bombers again, this time in the neutral zone. Rossi just out of the reach of Angelo Pontello as it gets off to Quicko, knocking it back in his own bench. 1:10 on the power play for the Blue Bombers. 2 minutes remaining in the opening period in over 50 Cup 29. No score between a battle of 2 courageous teams of the fall 2019 campaign. Delano and Buckholz back for the faceoff. Pettit with the puck by center ice, back to Pontello, regroups out to LaFleury off the skate, and the Blue Bombers in the Grey Wolf zone. Shot fired off the glove of Gardner. Rebound chance by LaFleury, looking for the shot, fired off to the right side. Rebound chance by Buckholz in the near side center. And just like that, play will halt. Quicko, slow to get up.
Yeah, he collided with Boom Boom there. Nobody wants to do that. Anytime you're going to run into Paul, somebody's going to be slow to get up, and it's probably not going to be Paul.
Paul Delano, one of the more rather physical players, if you will, in this league. Lots of pressure. Somebody that you don't want to go toe-to-toe with on any rink, whether it's the Ice Sports Forum or any rink, Ellenton, Oldsmar, you name it. A tough man at that.
I wouldn't call Paul dirty by any means, but he certainly is heavy to play against. Look at Lou's speed.
Lou, Arsakovich way out of the crease looking for an option as Delano tried to pick this one up just out of the reach of the Blue Bombers. And one thing we've started to notice a little more about Archikovic, Todd, is the way he loves to get out of that creasing zone and looking to help up to step up for his players to get the pass.
He's very good on his feet. He's good with his stick. He has no problem coming out and playing that puck. He has a lot of confidence because he is good at it.
Shepard knocked off the puck by Delano. This puck back in the Blue Bomber zone. It's back to Pontello off the boards looking for Shepard, just out of his reach as it comes back to Quicko. Final minute of the opening period. Rossi tailors it up to Spizik in the Grey Wolf zone, gets around Phil Field. Gary Spizik with a chance, looking for the shot chance, knocked away by Gardner. Rebound by Shepard, comes back to Rossi. Shot, wind up, fired, and it's Delano knocking away, intercepted by Rossi. Rossi's shot, and the referee stops play.
Looks like Bobby might be hurt, but I'll tell you what, Doc made a heck of a save right there on that. Bob was down on the side of the post. It was laying wide open up front. Doc cleared it out for a sure goal, or it would have been.
And how about the effort, Todd, by Gary Spizik, number 7 for the Blue Bombers. Just a guy who continues to improve. And so far with this Blue Bombers team, he has really had a breakout season.
Yeah, I think he's had 3 goals, 5 assists, something like that, and he has. His confidence is growing every game also. When you're playing with the right guys, it makes it easier to play. It makes it easier to be successful, and Gary's showing that.
Face off deep in the Grey Wolves zone. Angelo Pontello stepping up at left wing for the Blue Bombers as Levesque is back there on the ice. 43.2 seconds in the opening period. This puck just out of the reach of Chirico, and it's coming back in the Blue Bomber zone.
There you go. That's part of what Mario gives you, like we discussed earlier. He's not afraid to go out and play the puck. He's very good with his stick, and he makes it easier on the defense to get that puck out of the zone for sure.
Rossi on the move again near side, looking for an option. No one there for the Blue Bombers as it's picked up by Castigliola off the glass. Puck gets around Lafriri. Chiquetto looking to skate up, looking for an open chance, knocked off of Arsekovic. And Mario will hang on to this puck for the stop. Another save for Archikovic with 9.1 seconds in the opening period. Grey Wolves regrouping here deep in the Blue Bomber zone, looking for one more opportunity before the first period expires as Delano will take the face-off against Rossi.
Look at the way Paul's setting everybody up where he wants them on the draw. He expects to win here back to Finley. Right for Tom. Just missed the shot.
Castigliola backhander into the Blue Bomber end as this one gets around to Finley. One more chance. Shot not in time for the Grey Wolves. And that's how we head into first intermission. No score here in the iSports Forum's North Rink for Over 50 Cup 29. And we'll be back after this special presentation.
The iSports Forum's Over 50 Hockey League began in August of 2011 as a 4-team division that featured the Old Pucks, the Red Army, the Green Hornets, and the Yellow Jackets. While the Old Pucks were a seasoned club, the other 3 teams were recreational teams on a quest to become solid clubs. Every Sunday afternoon, the 4 teams would compete for a chance to hoist the Stanley Keg, but the Old Pucks were virtually unstoppable, winning the first 2 Over 50 Cups with ease. It was clear that a change needed to be made in order to make the leagues competitive, so in the summer of 2012, the league abandoned the club philosophy and established the draft system, in which 4 captains would select players for their respective teams at the beginning of every season, and thus a new franchise was born in the Grey Wolves. That season also saw a new playoff format, as all 4 teams were now eligible for postseason play. This led to the Grey Wolves winning the Over 50 Cup, despite finishing the regular season in last place at 4-8. Over time, the draft system would prove to be an effective way for players to not only learn to play with one another, but also prove to be a solid method for social networking and even promotional advertising.
Tom Buchholz, Green Hornet extraordinaire. Tom, what do you drink after the game?
Miller Lite. I brought it from the Grey Wolves. They no longer have Miller Lite. Only the green tea.
Miller Lite, beer of champions.
Tastes great.
While players would come, go, and even return every other season, the ISF Over 50 Hockey League continued rising in popularity, attracting stronger talent that would ultimately take the league to greater heights.
And so at second intermission, we'll present the second half of our presentation to you. As this game, we also want to let our viewers know, has been brought to you by the Power Play Grill, the official grill and sports bar of the iSports Forum, located right here on the venue. It's where the players go to fellowship after every game for wings, beer, and more. Power Play Grill has some good wings, so if you haven't been there, get some wings. And speaking of wings and beer and the festivities, Todd, both of these teams are guaranteed 50 wings, but I'm pretty sure one of these teams would like to go home with the Stanley Keg tonight.
Well, yeah, the wings and beer are nice. It's mostly what we play for, but that cup does feel good. You do get your name engraved on it. You can always reminisce in the bar and look at it later on.
Gardner with the puck back in the Grey Wolf end, picked up by Levesque. Taken away by Buchholz in the corner. Levesque with a stick on the pass attempt. As he gets this one cleared away, stopped by Pontello. We'll get this one around off the boards. It comes back to Field. Field looking for options taken away by Buckholz. Look out. Blue Bombers in the end of the Gray Wolves as Levesque trying to get this one cleared away off the Vic, stop by Sincata. Blue Bombers forced to regroup in the neutral zone as it comes back to Pontello.
Yeah, you can see Angelo Pontello's not skating with the explosive speed he usually has. Obviously that injury's hurting him quite a bit, but even injured, Angelo makes a difference on the ice.
And speaking of differences, Todd, Delano taking a true breakaway chance shot there that time. Arsakovic stops him pulled on the side as Rossi trying to get the puck moving for the Blue Bombers as it's taken away by Pettit. Delano regroups in his own end, looking for an open Lou de Meza just on the backhand of his stick as he looks to regroup. This one off to the stick of Lafreri as it gets back to Shepard. With 10:18 to go in the second period. Falbo getting it around to Rossi. Rossi working up near side. Rossi finds Shepard into the Gray Wolf zone. Rossi steps up near side, looking for options. Rossi, shot chance back to Lafreri. Lafreri looking for a chance, knocked around by Gardner. Skates around by Shepard, tripped up by Delano with the stick, and here comes a Gray Wolf penalty.
Another Gray Wolf penalty. We discussed this earlier. They do not want to be shorthanded. The blue team is very explosive. They got the ability to get up the ice quickly, and if you're shorthanded, they're going to do it easily.
So as Delano gets into the box, saving grace just entered the picture for the Gray Wolves, and Ken Buda showing up with 9:56 to go in the second period. An opportunity for the Gray Wolves to get what they're missing.
Yeah, I tell you what, I did notice Ken wasn't on the bench. I hadn't said anything yet, but he is. When he's in front of the net, whether it's defense or offense, he is a presence that everybody has to deal with.
Buckholz and Castigliola on the face-off as the Blue Bombers once again have an opportunity to capitalize on this power play. And the shot right there goes through for the Blue Bombers, and they capitalize off the power play.
Larry Tocap. Yeah, that was fantastic. Good to see him get that. Don't know Larry's a massive scorer every season, but he's a solid player. He's positional, and he makes that team well-rounded.
One of the key pieces that we had a chance to talk to Captain Tom Buckholz about, why Larry Sincata and his respective talent group, and he says for big plays as those, Larry Sincata stepping up in big-time plays, and just like that, gets the first goal on the board for the Blue Bombers.
Like we said, you don't want to be shorthanded against this blue team. They will make you pay. The Gray team, the Wolves, have got to be aware of that. They got to play a little cleaner, give the other team a little bit more room.
Sincata back in his own end, out of the reach of Lafreri, taken up by Chirico. Bill Chirico on the move, into the Gray Wolf zone, shot fired, just out of the reach and hits the top net, and play will halt.
These teams are really evenly matched, and if the Gray team's going to continue to take penalties, it's going to be a little bit of a lopsided game, I'm afraid. The Gray has got to tighten it up. They can't be in that box.
Already Gray Wolves with more than 2 penalties in this game, and who knows how many more they're going to get, Todd, in the remainder of this game, but they just have to be a little more disciplined, and it goes back to what you and I were talking about. There has to be more of that bark. There's nothing wrong with the bark, but you can't keep going with the bite because that will kill you in costly moments.
Yeah, it absolutely will. Gray Wolves can play any team head-to-head. They're a very talented team. They're a little bit aggressive. They try and slow everybody down on that, but if you're in the box, you can't do anything.
Tip chance, Chiquetto. Did he tap it in? And they say it's no goal. But if there was a video replay down there, Todd, I might want to have another look at that one.
I would love to have another look at that one. Mario ended up with the puck. He saw it the whole time. It was laying on the line. I don't think it crossed it. Not from where I'm standing.
The drive initially set up by Mark Walker coming down with the puck. And then Paul Chiquetto in the right place at the right time nearly taps it in for the equalizing goal. But of course, as play goes on with 8:40 to go in the second period, the Blue Bombers dodging a bullet on that one.
I see Ken Buddha back in there, the dude. Let me tell you, he's going to make his presence known right off the bat. Trying to get that one across to Paul. They connect a lot. Paul and Ken are a deadly duo.
LaFreri in the Grey Wolf end. Rossi right in the corner. Delivers for the Blue Bombers, and they extend the lead.
That's what Rusty does. He's a finisher. He's got the wheels, and he can finish. You give him a chance in front of the net like that with nobody around, he's going to put it away.
Michael Rossi capitalizing with 8:18 in the second period. Blue Bombers up with a nice 2-0 lead over their counterparts in the Grey Wolves.
27, 7, and 4 complete.
So puck comes back over to Levesque as he fires it off to Buda, to Demeza on the center ice. And Delano coming around Angelo Pontello in the Blue Bomber zone. Delano shot fired, and this one goes through.
That's how they got to answer. The great team cannot get aggressive, get upset, and start taking penalties. They need to respond just like that. And there's your connection. You got Paul Delano out there, Ken Buda, and Lou Demeza. They're going to tic-tac-toe that puck up the ice, and they're going to get those shots. So be careful.
And so just before the Blue Bombers were getting ready to roll away with this game, the Grey Wolves quickly respond and keep this to within 1 goal difference. Buda over center ice. This one back to Sincata as Phil Field regroups for the Grey Wolves. Delano and Demeza trying to take the puck away from Pontello, failed to do so as Pontello's shot fired off the feet of Gardner as Field takes it away back from his own end, and it gets up to Levesque. Paul Levesque looking for options as he feeds it up backside. Now over center ice to Delano again in the Blue Bomber zone. This is back to Demeza looking for Delano. Delano near side corner. It's Field biding his time. Shot fired off the glove of Arsakovic and taken away by Sincata.
Mario doesn't drop those pucks often like that, and I'm sure that made him a little nervous. Left it on the open side of the net. He usually snaps that pretty cleanly.
And so with that, an icing call, an opportunity for both teams to switch things up on their lines with 7:01 to go in the second period. Blue Bombers currently up 2-1 over the Grey Wolves, looking to capture their first ever over 50 Cup in franchise history. Castigliola looking for some added pressure as it gets out to Falbo. Good bounce, reaches Shepard. Looking to control the puck. From Finley, Castigliola gets away from one Blue Bomber into the stick of Spizik. Rossi, far side, skates around, biding his time for options. Out of the reach of Shepard, looking for the setup. And Castigliola comes up near side looking for a pass. Here comes Finley from the neutral zone. Only Pettit back for the Blue Bombers. Finley biding time. Shot taken. Glove hand saved by Archikovic again.
There's that glove. Mario's glove is fantastic. You've really got to stay away from it when you're shooting. When you're shooting on Mario, you want to shoot stick side if you can, at the post, around the knees.
And so for this Grey Wolf team that finished second in goals scored on the fall 2019 campaign, only coming up with one here today. But then again, you look at last week, Todd, when they played the Green Hornets, the Green Hornet team pretty much kept them at bay for 39 minutes of the game, or check that, 35 minutes of the game before Lou Demeza got an empty netter to make it 2-0.
Yeah, Lou will do that. Lou's got wheels just like Rusty on the other team. Both these teams are pretty well balanced, to tell you the truth, as far as speed goes. They both got some flyers.
Puck off the feet of Chirico as it gets out to Pompos looking for the off-board pass. As it gets taken up by Field. Check that, Phil Chirico into the Grey Wolf zone, looking to get around Castigliola. Chirico's shot just off to the left side, rebounded by Pontello. Rolls around off the gloves. Castigliola biding some time. Bouncing puck, Pontello keeping it in the Grey Wolf zone. Looking for options, finds an open Rossi far side, looking for the flipped up high shot, just out of range. Another chance for the Blue Bombers, biding some time. Off of Quicko, picked up by Pontello. Third chance here for the Blue Bombers. Chirico trying to redirect it. Shot taken off to the left side, and it's taken up by Quicko.
That's the pressure the blue team will put in there. They forecheck really well. You never get a second free with the puck. And down there on the forecheck, when Gray's trying to get it out, they will keep taking it away.
Pontello biding his time in the Grey Wolf end. Sets up to Rossi. Shot fired and goes through.
What a beautiful play and setup. Angelo sitting there, taking his time, making some space, looking for the open man, and Rusty made sure he was open. And when Rusty gets in front of the net, like we've seen a dozen times this season, he's gonna finish.
And that's not the first time Pontello and Rossi have connected on the fall 2019 campaign. Just a tremendous job by these two men. And as we continue to look at just how this Blue Bomber offense coordinates, it just comes through where they know how to score in key situations.
Nice play by Phil Fields there, being in the position he should have been in to take away that pass to the center ice.
And as this puck comes back, it'll be coming up for an icing call.
Phil may not be the fastest guy on the ice, but let me tell you something. His hockey sense is outstanding. He's always in the right spot at the right time, making the right play, and that makes all the difference.
And so, Todd, as we continue to talk about this Blue Bomber offense, we look at Angelo Pontello, who has been the maestro, if you will, of connecting everyone in position for scoring opportunities, whether it's Michael Rossi or Tom Lafreri this season. But even on a situation like that, whether he is 100% or not, he still finds way to set up his men.
Absolutely. Angelo is a phenomenal hockey player, very intelligent, very athletic, and he does that for the entire team. He has the ability to put the people in the right places and make the right plays to make good things happen.
And it looks like a penalty upcoming on the Blue Bombers as Phil Fields slipped. And we weren't exactly sure how Phil Field fell down, whether it was a slip on his own skate or if there was a trip. But that's why we have referees and Mark Leviton to see everything.
Yeah, I think he stepped on his stick and went down.
So with that, Spizik will take the heat in the hot box as the Grey Wolves will have their second power play of the day.
Let's see what the Grey Wolves can do here with the power play. Blue team has shown they're very good on the power play. Let's see if the Grey team.
7 Blue, 417.
Levesque biding his time, gets it out to Delano, tipped and stripped away by Pontello. This is Rossi, looking the other side, makes a move around Levesque. Rossi biding his time, knocked down by Gardner, rebounded by Walker.
Yeah, like I said before, Rossi's got those wheels. He's going to get in there. That forecheck by the blue team has been fantastic all season long. They take away all your time and all your space, and they create opportunities, just like they did for Rossi there.
And so the Grey Wolves getting this one cleared out, but it's coming back for an icing call. We mentioned this a few times on the broadcast before, Todd, but you can't help but just look at the fathomable fact here that this Grey Wolf team that has been known to add that offensive pressure are struggling right now, even on the power plays with the man-up advantage, to get something rolling.
Yeah, I think, like I mentioned, I think it's the blue team, their ability to forecheck, they take away your time and space. They're always pressuring the puck. They're not giving you time to make plays, and it's what you've got to do against this Grey team. The Grey team's very heavy to play against. They'll play the body and try and create some space, but it slows you down.
3:28 in the second period. Blue Bombers with a 3-1 lead and trying to kill off this penalty, looking to come away with potentially their first over 50 Cup in franchise history. Grey Wolves trying to make a comeback, down by 2. Delano looking for Demeza far side, stripped away by Pontello again as it picks up by Lafreri. Campos sharply knocks it back in the Blue Bomber end. Off to the side is Mark Walker. Delano trying to find a Grey Wolf to set up to. Tic-tac-toe chance, knocked away by Arsakovic. Ken Buda looking to finish him. Arsakovic in the right position at the right time.
What a beautiful setup and play right there. That tic-tac-toe pass, setting Ken Buda up in front. He doesn't typically miss those. Mario is that quick to take it away.
Looking for another chance by Buda, and it gets knocked off the right post this time. Third chance for Buda, knocked away by Sinkata.
There's that presence I was talking about with the dude. When Buda's in front of that net, he takes up a lot of space and he has fantastic hands.
Lafriri regroups as he gets the pass back to Pontello. 9 seconds in the power play. Blue Bombers are going to kill off another successful power play by the Grey Wolves. As Walker looks to regroup, we are now at even strength with 2:14 in the second period. Pontello flips it high, looking to connect with Lafriri. Here comes Buchholz. Walker back, 3-on-1 for the Blue Bombers. Lafriri shot fired just off to the right.
Yep, that's Bucky doing what he does, and that's setting people up and getting in the right position. He's a big body that can create some space to get that pass across.
Spizik's shot denied by Gardner, rebounded by Delano. Looking for a chance to regroup.
I don't know if Bob got hurt in the first period when he was down for a little bit, but he looks a little slow to react right now. Gray team's going to have to be a little more persistent in front of the net and not let them get there.
Delano stripped loose by Shariko, gets the puck back. A chance here for them to capitalize as it gets around to Quicko. Quicko looking for Finley as this puck comes all the way back to Phil Field in the neutral zone for the Grey Wolves. Field was trying to get to Chiquetto, but Field will take this one himself into the Blue Bomber zone. Shepard adding some pressure off of Field as he looks for the pass, looking for Castigliola. And it looked like a little bit of miscommunication there, Todd, as they were trying to get it to Chiquetto. Quicko shot fired into Buchholz.
Yeah, they were both occupying the same space at the same time. You've got to separate a little bit there.
Doug Shepard looking to capitalize on the near side, looking for the set back up. Knocked away by Quicko. Picked up by Pompos. Shot fired just off to the right side. Doug Shepard, a rookie free agent picked up by the Blue Bombers in the middle of the season. Has been known to play in the Novice League for Team Pabst in the Saturday Night League provided by the iSports Forum, but man, he has some pestering attitude about him, and he's just one guy that is tough to get the puck away from.
I'm not sure how old he is, but he plays like a young man, that's for sure.
Rossi gets it up to Pontello on the left side. Pitches it back to Rossi. Rossi shot fired and deflected into Levesque.
That's Pontello getting up there and making the right play again. He's always in the right spot, even injured and a little slower than he normally plays. He's in the right spot, making the right play.
And so this puck will get out to Angelo Pontello as 2 periods are officially in the books of Over 50 Cup 29. But right now, Todd, even with a 2-goal lead, nothing is promised heading into the third.
No, both these teams are really well balanced. Gray needs to stay out of the box, and they need to keep playing heavy, I think. Try and create a little bit more space from the blue team. Don't let them get in your face so much. And they're 2 very evenly matched teams. It can still go either way, for sure.
And so with that, we'll step aside at the moment in second intermission. 3-1, Blue Bombers looking to capture their first Over 50 Cup in 12 minutes regulation time. This is Over 50 Cup 29 on the Pontello Broadcasting Network.
The iSports Forum's Over 50 Hockey League saw many firsts and new records set as the Yellow Jackets began the second half of the decade with a bang, boasting the first duo that each posted more than 40 points in a season. The Red Army also etched its name in the history books, becoming the first ever team to complete a perfect season at 14-0. By the end of 2016, the Black Aces and the Blue Bombers entered the league, replacing the Red Army and the Yellow Jackets, leaving the Green Hornets as the only remaining original club. The hiatus for the Yellow and Red would last just a few seasons, as the league officially expanded to 6 teams in 2018. Upon returning, the Yellow Jackets were then rebranded as the Golden Knights. Within the league expansion, players took advantage of the wide pool of talent and began forming tournament teams outside of league play, competing against other over 50 competition around the country. Today, the iSports Forum Over 50 Hockey League continues to set the mark as the premier hockey league for senior adults in the Tampa Bay area, providing media coverage for its fans through broadcasted games and social media updates, all while players continue to improve their game. As the league enters a new decade, Players will come and go, the names may change, but the love for the league will always remain the same.
And it's hard to believe that after 8 years, or at least in this entire grouping, and 12 minutes left to go, that the first decade of over 50 hockey will be in the books. But plenty more to come, as we'll have new players and new faces in the future. Definitely looking forward to another generation of over 50 hockey upcoming. As we start the third and final period, Angelo Pontello looking for options as it gets off the stick of Buckholz. Buckholz gets it cleared back in the Grey Wolf end. Gets around to Walker. Walker trying to look for some open options quickly as Quicko and Buckholz fighting for the puck. The former Old Puck teammates going at it, and former defensive partners having their opportunities as Delano gets it cleared out back to Pontello in the neutral zone. Off to the boards of Chirico as Shepard is out of his reach. As Walker regroups, gets the pass out to Delano, makes a nice move around Chirico, and here comes Delano in the Blue Bomber zone, looking far side to Demeza. Demeza's shot blocked by Chirico. Second hand effort taken away by Pontello, and now back to Chirico, now in the neutral zone.
There's that defense by Paul Delano right there. He will catch you from behind. He's a fantastic center, and even better defenseman.
Rossi's shot on net, kicked away by Gardner, as it comes back to Delano again. Back is to Quicko.
You gotta watch them. I'm telling you, they're gonna try and get Ken Buda, the dude, number 81, right there in front of the net.
Pontello. Quicko with the shot on net into the Blue Bomber zone as it comes back over to Walker. And it seemed like Angelo Pontello was looking for an option, but Jeff Quicko happened to be at the right place for the Blue Bombers' wrong timing. Pontello off the boards, intercepted by Buda. Buda in the Blue Bomber zone, gets it out to Finley. Taken away by Rossi in the neutral zone, gives himself some open room to work with. Now in the Grey Wolf zone. Rossi back over to Lafriri, shot fired into the knee of Levesque. Sincata knocked back by Levesque. This is to Finley. Finley looking for options quickly. Pass intercepted by Lafriri. Looking to get around Levesque. Delayed offsides. Grey Wolves will have a chance to regroup. Campos picks up the puck. Working against Phil Field as it comes back to Finley. Deflected by Lafriri as it comes back in the Grey Wolf end. Lafriri looking for the setup to Campos.
And what, the Grey Wolves want to get back in this game quickly, they need to find a way to get past that heavy forecheck that the blue team has. They're very quick, they're very much in your face, and they don't give you any time. And they're having a tough time getting the puck out of the zone because of that.
This puck coming all the way back close to the Blue Bomber end. Castigliola picks it up in the Blue Bomber end, looking for a shot chance around, no one there. Picked up by Levesque in the Blue Bomber zone. Shot fired, deflected off of Lafriri, looking for a trick shot. No dice, if you will, for the Grey Wolves by Brian Vick. As this one gets out far side, Castigliola picks it up again. Shot fired, deflected by Falbone, and taken away by Shepard. Grey Wolves forced to regroup.
It's good to see Brian Vick out there. He did have a chance at that shot between his feet. He had a pretty severe injury last season, the season before, and it's great to see him back and helping these Grey Wolves team get to the Cup.
Brian Vick, one of the very few interchangeable utility players. Todd, we talk about utility players being forward and defensive and defensemen, but how about players that can play even the goalie position besides just the forward and defense?
That's pretty athletic. It's two totally different disciplines. If you're going to play goalie or you're going to be a forward or a defenseman, to be able to do both is pretty impressive, to be honest. I can't get net.
Archikovic 2 seasons ago won it with the Red Army as a forward, now trying to win it as a goalie, looking to become the first player in over 50 hockey history to win over 50 cups, both as a goalie and a forward, as Rossi looks to take the faceoff against Delano. Campos gets it cleared out back into the Grey Wolf zone. 8:19 to go in regulation as Gardner watches this one go for an icing call.
That's a nice matchup I like to see. Delano against Rossi there at center. It's a good pairing. That's two very talented players going in at center ice, or the face-off shot for that matter.
Pass from Redirected, this is to Demeza. Sets up to Delano, looking for Buddha. Chance here, all just off to the left side.
That's not like Ken to miss from there. You give him that chance in front of the net. Mario had the whole side of that net taken away. He didn't have anything to shoot at there.
This is back to Walker. Ken Buddha looking for Delano. Taken away by Pompos for the Blue Bombers. In the neutral zone, gets it dumped back into the Grey Wolf end. Puck all alone in the Grey Wolf end as it gets taken up by Delano, gets the pass out to Demeza, far side. Looking for a man, Rossi almost got a handle on it, taken away by Buddha. Buddha in the Blue Bomber end. Looking for a setup to Demeza, shot fired, knocked away by Archikovic.
A little switch of positions there for Ken going to the boards and allowing Lou to go down the center ice, and they almost got one off.
Walker's shot deflected, but just high left off the post. Quicko knocked away by Pettit. This is Lafriri, gets it cleared out. Walker going back for the puck as Rossi adds pressure onto the longtime over 50 hockey defenseman. This is Pettit. Gets it out to Pontello. Lots of room to work with in the neutral zone as he finds Shepard just out of his reach. Shepard getting it away from Quicko. Blue Bombers looking to set up a real dangerous chance, but snuffed out by Walker. Delano on the move in the neutral zone, now in the Blue Bomber territory, as the pass is intercepted by Pettit. But like we were talking about earlier, Todd, the play of Doug Shepard has been uncanny so far, just getting in the way of some of these rather more talented players in the over 50 league and just neutralizing their pass chances.
That's hockey knowledge. Being at the right place at the right time makes all the difference in the world. You don't have to be a superstar that can dangle around everybody in the league, but if you know hockey, you can be effective.
Chirico. Stopped by Levesque. Off to the near side boards, back in the Blue Bomber end. Chirico trying to get to it first, just around Chiquetto. This puck out of the reach of Castigliola, and it gets out to Spizik. From Chiquetto back to Castigliola, keeping it in the Blue Bomber zone. Grey Wolves trying to get some offensive opportunities here late in the game as it gets taken from Finley back out to Pompos. Pompos looking for the clearance, and is coming back for an icing call.
Yeah, the Grey Wolves are going to have to do what they can to forecheck hard and keep it down in the Blue Bombers zone this period. I mean, we're running out of time here if they're going to get back in this thing. They're down by 2 goals right now. They need one pretty soon.
5:37 in regulation. Grey Wolves, a team that has been known to be on the dominant side of things, now find themselves trailing by 2 late in this game. Now looking for another offensive opportunity. Levesque, once again, keeping in the Blue Bomber zone. Deflection, and knocked away by Archikovic. It's Chiquetto for the rebound. Gets it off of Rossi as this puck gets flipped high and away, courtesy of Mike Falbo, and Gardner regroups for the Grey Wolves.
Yeah, I think the Blue Bombers are getting a little tired now. You see them just dumping that puck out right now, trying to get out of their zone from the pressure from the Grey Wolves.
Levesque trying to keep it in position. This is to Buddha. Spizik just might have got a piece of the puck there as it comes back to field. This one coming around to Finley. Glove hand saved by Archikovic, and refs will quickly halt play there.
Nice little deke by Phil Fields there. It's not often that you can deke right past a guy like Rossi, but Phil managed to do it right there and get it back in the zone.
And that just goes to show you, Todd, that especially over the years with certain players and the way they develop over the seasons, you can tell that their future continues to be bright as they reach that plateau point in their over 50 hockey careers.
Yeah, there's something for everybody here, man.
Buddha, near side, sets it up to Demeza. Shot blocked by Pontello.
Okay, the Grey team's going to do that. They get the chance, they give them enough room, they're going to set it up and get a shot off.
This pass is out to Lafriri, defended well by Walker. Walker back to Chirico, looking for the one-timer, couldn't get the connection shot. Puck going back into the Grey Wolf end, picked up by Pompos. Pompos off to the side, this is Lafriri. Looking to wind up for his chance, this one way across the net, taken up by Demeza. Looking for Buddha, tipped by Sincata, taken by Lafriri. So Blue Bombers once again looking to regroup. And Todd, we look at the Blue Bombers team, and surprising enough, when you look at the fall 2019 season, this team finished with the third fewest amount of goals in the over 50 hockey league, but nevertheless, they have an uncanny ability to work together as a team as they lead the league in points with 111.
See, I think that's that forecheck. It's taking away the time and space from the other teams. They're all very good at that. They don't give you opportunities to score on them, you know? You don't have to score 100 goals every game, just don't let your other team score against you.
And so for this Blue Bomber team that has been very dominant in the second period, and here comes another penalty on Paul Delano.
They did not need that. Again, that's not much of a... I don't know about that call. I don't think he's being that aggressive, but the Gray team does keep getting into trouble with that. You can't do that if you want to win championships.
And so another power play upcoming for the Blue Bombers as again Steph Pettit looking like he got tackled, like he made an interception back in his Bloomsburg collegiate football days.
Absolutely. Two big bodies right there hitting each other. They're both like hitting brick walls, I can tell you from experience. I don't like running into Paul or Steph.
I had a chance to talk to Paul last week, and it sounds like he threw the pigskin around a little bit too, played some high school ball as well.
Is that right? I'm not surprised at all.
I can't help but wonder at this point, Todd, does it seem like they're trying to implement a tackling football style into over 50 hockey these days?
I hope not. I think you just get that occasionally from some of the guys who still feel young at heart, but no, we are not.
And so with that, we will step aside for the moment. 3:20 to go in the game. Blue Bombers up 3-1. And so right from the timeout, Blue Bombers on the move as Sincata's shot blocked by Buddha. As once again, the Gray Wolves looking to try to work some offensive magic, a man down, as Castigliola gets a backhander set up from Sincata off the sticks of Demeza. Chirico, biding his time, puts it back in the Blue Bomber end.
Gray Wolves need a spark here. You know, a shorthanded goal or something would change this game dramatically. They need a spark to get it going. You get it to a guy like Lou who's got the wheels, get it out of the zone to Ken, this could be it.
Buddha getting around Sincata. This could be another chance for Ken Buddha. Looks to make around and scores!
That's what I'm talking about. Ken Buddha's magic hands. Lou getting a hold of that puck, getting it to Ken, and Ken doing what he does. That's the dude.
Ken Buddha just itching for an opportunity, and he finally has one late in this game, and there is still time, Todd, for this Gray Wolf team to tie it up with 2:41 remaining.
Absolutely. That goal shorthanded like that, like I started saying, that could be a game changer.
Lafriri getting it off the stick of Castigliola. Here come the Blue Bombers, looking to set up El Tarasi just out of his reach. Rebounded by Pompos. Shot on net, off target. Comes back to Pettit for another opportunity. Kicked off the skate of Buddha. Here comes Ken Buddha back to Demeza, intercepted by Pontello. Lost the puck. Here comes Buddha. Looking for a chance to finish. Looking for a shot chance. Pontello holds him up.
Oh, I gotta tell you though, I thought that was extremely well played by Pontello. Losing the handle, not having the wheels he usually has.
Oh, and
If they're gonna call that a penalty, I thought it was well taken.
no, and it looks like, Todd, that Matt Creighton might be issuing for a penalty shot upcoming here for Ken Buddha. We'll get official word on this one with 2:17 to go, but you look at the way this play is, and it's a fair assessment, if you will, but it's one of those situations where anytime you initial a penalty shot call, it's extreme, Todd. You have to be confident in your call there.
Yeah, that's it's a tough call to make when you do make it. They're calling it here, and I can't imagine a worse scenario for the blue team than to have the dude with the puck on a penalty shot.
2:17 to go in the game. Ken Buddha trying to put the team on his back here with this penalty shot upcoming. Archikovic, probably with his biggest stop of the year upcoming. Tie game.
There you go. That's the danger of the dude. Those hands, his size is To have that size in those hands is an extremely rare thing. Ken is very difficult to defend one-on-one. He's very difficult to stop when he's coming one-on-one on the goalie.
And so just when everybody thought the Blue Bombers were trying to put the nails in the coffin, and just like in any other over 50 Cup playoff game, the Grey Wolves look to respond, and sure enough, back-to-back goals, shorthanded might I add, and we have ourselves a whole new hockey game.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier they're looking for a spark there on that penalty kill. 2 goals shorthanded, that's more than a spark, that's a forest fire.
Lafriri shooting it off of Castigliola. Demeza trying to skate up for this one, taken away by Lafriri. Lafriri on the move. This one back to Pettit. Pompos looking for the finishing touch, kicked off by Gardner, rebounded by Pontello. Pontello looking to get it away from Finley, but not from Walker. Here comes Castigliola. Checked up by Rossi, and here comes Pontello on the far side. 1:36 in regulation. Pontello shoved back by Walker.
Mark Walker in those wonderful green pants, a fellow Michigan State alumni, is so solid up there in front of the net. Every team wants a guy like that defensively. Walker's the epitome of solid D.
Even strength. Pontello looking for the setup to Gardner. Shots fired, looking for a tap-in finish, but refs will halt play as a lot of activity inside the goalie crease.
Yeah, as long as nobody gets hurt there. You see a little shove here and there that don't get called, and ends up putting a big guy like Mark Walker on top of Bob Gardner in front of the net. Bob was down earlier in the first. Hopefully he's fine.
Blue Bombers in a similar situation last week against the Golden Knights after Tom Lafriri threw a Hail Mary shot by center ice, getting past Jay Hannon for the winner with 1.9 seconds to go. Can the Blue Bombers finish up their Cinderella season here in the same light?
It'd be a shame to see this go to a shootout or something. This is a solid game, 2 great teams. Couldn't ask for a better score at this moment. Minute 15 left.
Buchholz and Delano on the face-off. This one coming back to Pontello. Shot fired on point off the stick of Buda from Delano. Pontello off the boards. Quicko looking to regroup. Quicko shot off of Delano. Sincata trying to add some pressure. Kick chance here for Delano, looking for an advantage chance. Shot knocked down by Archikovic. Rebounded by Pontello to Spizik. Final minute of regulation as this puck comes back in the Grey Wolf end. This one coming up to field. This one off the boards. This is Sincata. Back to Pontello. Looking for Rossi, now to Spizik. Gary Spizik. Knocked off. Rossi gets away through few people. Shot fired. It goes in. It goes in. Are you kidding me?
On his stomach. That's the kind of thing Rossi can do. Finishing with that shot, laying on his stomach with 33 seconds left. Incredible.
And the miracle answered for the second week in a row for the Blue Bombers with 33 seconds remaining. Now we say miracle, Todd, but 33 seconds is plenty of time for the Grey Wolves to potentially come back and tie this
over.
thing.
You got Paul Delano out there, Lou Demeza, and Ken Buda. This is not over, I'm telling you. 33 seconds is more than enough to put another one in.
So with that, it looks like a timeout's called, and you know what's coming, Todd. 6 men, the kitchen sink for the Grey Wolves on the other side of this break. 4-3, Blue Bombers lead with 33 seconds remaining on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Back from the timeout, 33 seconds remaining. Michael Rossi picking up a hat trick in this game already and may be crowned the MVP of over 50 Cup 29 if the Blue Bombers can hold off the Grey Wolves for another 33 seconds as Pontello is down. Taking the face-off against Delano that time. Archikovic trying to get it around to Pettit. Empty net, this is it. Shot fired. Another chance by Finley, another shot fired. This one back over to Buda.
Gray's got all the big guns out there right now. They started out that center ice draw with the goalie out. Don't know if I would have done that, but they've got all their big guns on the ice right now.
Delano, shot, knocked back live Lafriri. 1 second, that's it. Blue Bombers do the unthinkable, and the Cinderella story is complete. You're over 50 Cup 29 champions.
That is
One of the beauties of this league, not just the handshakes after every game, but you know everybody on every team. We've been playing together for years now. Next season, these guys may be teammates. This season, they face each other for the Cup, and good for the blue team, outstanding play. Well done by the gray team, they had a great season. But next season, some of these guys may be teammates. That's what makes this league so special.
So with that, we'll take a quick break, as when we come back, we will have the presentation of the trophy in just a moment. Blue Bombers capturing their first over 50 Cup title in franchise history, defeating the Gray Wolves, and what a game it's been.
Awesome, thank you.
I am.
And so here we are with Michael Rossi, who got a hat trick here today in the game. And Mike, when we talk about this, when we look at this game back, it was quite a season for you. You know, after being with the Black Aces last season, you turn around this season, have a great chemistry with people. And who would have thought you came away with a hat trick in this game? Just some initial thoughts from today's game.
Well, we should have won that a long time before it got 4-3 at the end there. So played a good team effort. And Ange, our captain and our inspiration, came back, played injured. He was half a man, but he's still better than most out here.
Speaking of half a man, half game, essentially, you play this first period well, and then in comes Ken Buddha in the second and third period, and sure enough, late in the third period, the game's tied at that point. A timeout's called. What was said on the bench to turn things around?
Get our heads out of our asses. Buddha almost single-handedly beat us, so we had to come back on him and the rest of the Gray Wolves. So we did a good job. It was a good team effort, and it's a good win.
And last but certainly not least, we have to talk about that game-winning goal when you were on the ground and you slid it through against Bob Garner. Just the initial moment and reaction.
Well, I was aiming for the far side, but I'll take the 5-hole.
Mike, congratulations on this win. Go enjoy it with the guys.
Thanks a lot.
And so we want to thank everybody who has been watching our games all season for the fall 2019 Over 50 Hockey League. We will keep you updated as always on our Facebook pages and the media content we put on our YouTube channel via the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Or if you look for more stats and standings for any teams in Over 50 Hockey or any other league in general at the venue, be sure to check out www.theicesportsforum.com. So for everybody here on the Pontello Broadcasting Network staff and Todd Duncan, I'm Angelo Pontello saying so long, good night. We hope everybody has a blessed week. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and Happy Holidays to all. We will be back for 2020. Blue Bombers beating the Gray Wolves in Over 50 Cup 29 4-3.